So we are already we are starting the recording. So good noon again, everybody. So for today, we will be discussing on the following topics. So I'll go through my PowerPoint. So we will continue on discussing on module 2, which is the time value of money and economic equivalence. So last time we were able to discuss items number 1 to 3. So right now we will be discussing on number 4 until number 6. So first and foremost, kindly comment your name and your ID number for the attendance. So any question with regards to simple and compound interest? Rara? No questions or clarifications with regards to simple and compound interest? Anybody? Wala. If none, then I shall proceed to annuity payments. So our next topic for module 2 is annuity. Annuity is a series of payments made at equal intervals, meaning these are examples of irregular deposits, a certain savings account, a monthly home mortgage payments, insurance payments, and pensions. So annuities can be classified by the frequency of payment dates. Also, it is a fixed sum of money paid to someone each year, typically for the rest of their life, or pwede sa pension nga until the day you die. And lastly, it is a form of insurance or investment entitling the investor to a series of annual sums. So nagani kay madawat nga series of sums. Mao na siya ingon nato nga annuity. So there are 5 different types of annuity. Number 1 is the ordinary annuity. So take note of the key notes on the different annuity. So number 1, for ordinary annuity, it usually starts at the end of the succeeding year. Okay? Number 2, annuity due. It either starts immediately or at the start of the succeeding year. Okay? Start of the succeeding year. Wait, someone is joining. Third, deferred annuity. Deferred annuity, there are some years that does not require any payment. Number 4, perpetuity. It is for a lifetime or for the future. And lastly, capitalized cost. Capitalized cost is used for government projects because it uses an infinite analysis period. So let's start off with ordinary annuity. So ordinary annuity is a series of constant cash flows that occurs at the end of each period for some fixed number of periods. Example ana niya is consumer loans or mortgages. So if you can see the cash flow, makita ra akong PowerPoint, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if you can see the cash flow, the first payment starts at the end of year 1. Okay? That is an example. So by equation, kung ingon tag, let's try to how to derive the formula. If you look at it this way, imong po ang future value of a certain series of payments, no? So this is A, yeah, this is A, kanya 1 plus I to the power of 1, this is to the power of 2, and 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1. So multiplying everything by 1 plus I, that would be equivalent to the next equation, which is 1 plus I parenthesis f multiplied by f is equal to a 1 plus I plus a 1 plus I to the exponent 2 up until the a 1 plus I to the exponent n. Therefore, subtracting your equation 2.5 from 2.6 to eliminate the common terms, f multiplied by 1 plus I minus F is equal to negative A plus A 1 plus I to the exponent n. So therefore, ang imuhang shorthanded formula or equation for the future value of a certain annuity of payments is F is equal to A over I multiplied by open parenthesis 1 plus I to the exponent n minus 1 close parenthesis. So buot pasabot, this will be your equation for the future value of an ordinary annuity. Question? No question? I will proceed. So ordinary annuity, when we say F is equal to A, 1 plus I to the exponent n minus 1 over I, the bracketed term, kaning red, refers to your equal payment series compound amount factor. So it is also known as a uniform series compound amount factor, wherein its factor notation is that you are looking for F given the A, I, and N. Okay? When you, kung may itag factor notation gani, ang imong pangitaon is always the numerator on the factor notation. And then the following are the given. Okay? Next. So interest factor has been also calculated for various combinations of I, which is interest, and N, which is year. So, but pasabot na niya, there is already a short-handed na computation wherein you are able to get only the murag Excel na siya, and then after getting the values, automatic na siya makompute. But the main problem with that one is that ang kato siyang calculations is already rounded up or rounded down to the nearest 2 or 3 decimal places, which would play a factor by the time you will be solving, especially if larger na ang values. So, mo-differ na siya by as much as peso or in decimal places. Okay? So, what is the sinking fund factor? So, sinking fund factor, basically, katong F is equal to A, 1 plus I to the exponent n minus 1 over I, and then you are given the future value, interest, and the n. So basically, you are looking for the A. So that is what you call as the sinking fund factor. Muna pasabot niya, A, because sinking fund, that is your value every year. So the term within the bracket is called the equal payment series sinking fund factor, or just the sinking fund factor, and is referred to as A of F, comma I, comma N. So a sinking fund method is an interest-bearing account into which a fixed sum is deposited in each interest period, and it is most commonly established for the purpose of replacing a fixed asset. So naa kay every year nga bayaran to purchase or replace a certain asset. Mana siyang annuity. When you say said capital recovery factor or the annuity factor, you are given the present value, the interest, and the N or the number of years, wherein you have to look for A. Okay? So, kung yung tag A is equal to P, 1 plus I to the exponent N multiplied by I over 1 plus I to the exponent N minus 1. So, di na siya gi-derive. Basically, your F is equal to P, 1 plus I to the exponent N mano. Therefore, P is equal to F over 1 plus I to the exponent N. The future value of an annuity is equal to A, 1 plus I to the exponent N minus 1 divided by I. Okay? Substituting that one, say for example, you're looking for P, this is F, divide the name of 1 plus I to the exponent N. Therefore, this will be equal to your P. So that is how the equation was derived. And then, given you're looking for A, that is this one, reciprocate ranin mo. Okay? Any question? No question, I will proceed. So if you have no question, so therefore it is a portion in the bracket which is so-called as a capital recovery factor, because you are looking for the factor which is the present value, which is the initial capital. So say for example, you have one example wherein supposing you make an annual contribution of $5,000 to your savings account yearly, and it earns an account at an interest rate of 6% annually. So how much can be withdrawn at the end of 5 years? Okay, so we are looking for F, or the future value, wherein you are A 1 plus I to the exponent of n minus 1 divided by I. Both pasabot, you are looking for F of A, comma I, comma n. This is your factor notation. So A is equal to 5,000, 1.06 to the exponent of 5 minus 1 divided by 0.06. F. So what is the answer? Anybody?
28,185.46.
So that is 28,185.46. Am I right? Aktora? How about the others? Nakuha ra ninyo ang answer?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Okay. So, do you have any question with regards to ordinary annuity? So, having none, I'll proceed to annuity due. So, annuity due is an annuity, same as the annuity, no? It is still an annuity for which the cash flow occurs at the beginning of each period. Okay? Example. Subot pasabot, the first payment occurs at the start of the period. Bot pasabot, in other terms, maguna na usahay, when the problem state, when you say start of year 1, ang iyang in layman's term, it is at the end of the period 0. Okay? So, bot pasabot, it's still at the beginning of the same period. Okay? And also, please be mindful na mo count na niya as 1. So, you have 5 annuity payments. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? So, the formula, F is equal to A, 1 plus I to the exponent of n minus 1 divided by I multiplied by 1 plus I. Okay? Say, for example, we have the same problem, no? But the first payment starts at the year 0. Okay? So, therefore, we need to look into the future value at the end of 5 years. So, F is equal to 5,000. I'll just substitute the given, ha? 1.06 to the exponent of 5 minus 1 divided by 0.06 multiplied by 1.06. Okay? What is the future value? Anybody? Hello?
2916.
Pila?
59.
29,876.59. So in other terms, the future value niya in the end of the fourth or the fifth year is 29,000. So ako siya i-solve using the other way around, ha. Let's try, for example, ako siyang i-subtone as a ordinary annuity. Okay, so kung mingon kong ordinary annuity, ako ni i-disregard kay ang ordinary annuity sugod raman dapat first payment man kadra. So F is equal to 5,000, 1.06 to the exponent. Pila na? 4? Diba? Minus 1. Sakto ba? Divided by 0.06. Sakto? Sakto, dili. Anyone? Hello? Oh, may manubag. Naapa mo?
Yes, sir.
So,
Sure, I guess.
ang akong makuha nga future value ani niya is at the end of the F4. Sakto? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, after getting what is your F4, pila man imong F4 or the value of the 4 series nga kuan 1.06 exponent of 4 minus 1 divided by 0.06 times 5,000. That is equal to 21,873.
08.
1.06. That is 23,185.46. So, both pasabot kaning upat ka series of payments using an ordinary annuity equation, ang iyang value is 23,185.46. Sakto, dili? Hello? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
No question? And then, ikaduha, naaman ko i-disregard nga payment. So, this is F5 sad sa first payment is 5,000. 1.06 to the exponent of 5. Pila man na? At is 6,691.13. I-plus na nimo sa kani, that is equals to 29. That is equal to 29,008. Using the annuity due na equation. Okay? Question? Wala? No question? Shall I proceed? Klaro ra ba? Anybody? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Klaro na, sir.
Yung mo maningog na unsa. So, when it comes to deferred annuity, it is an annuity wherein the first payment interval does not coincide with the first interest period. So, but pasabot, naa kay number of periods nga So, for deferred payments, there are two ways in solving. Number one, if the problem is an ordinary annuity, this is how you solve it. Number two, if the problem is an annuity due, this is also how you will solve it. So, kung maingon siya og start of year and the end of year. Okay. Okay? Gets? Wala. Gets. So,
Yes.
N refers to the number of annuity payments and M refers to the number of deferred payments. So, say for example, naatay same problem, but usa ka missing payment year 1, no? So, suppose you make an annual contribution of 5,000 to your savings account yearly at the start of the second year. So, account earns an interest rate of 6% annually. Same problem na gyapon na siya. So, and the second problem is, if your target lump sum at the end of 5 years is 29,876, pila giday dapat imong annual contribution? Dili 5,000. Okay? So, let's try solving this one using an ordinary annuity nga solution. So, when you say P, P is the present value, mingon kag A is 5,000. 0.06 pila imong n, negative 4 divided by 0.06, 1.06 to the power of m. So kung magtan-aw ka, pila man na imong m diha? Hello? Hello? Pila?
2, sir.
So kung mingon magutag ordinary annuity. So kung mingon tag ordinary annuity, supposedly the start of your payment is the end on the next year, di ba? Since dili ni mo i-consider ang count sa 0. So 1 ra ka. Okay? Kagets? Kaya ang imong
Yes,
assumption
sir.
for ordinary annuity, the payment should start at the succeeding year or the end of the succeeding year. So dili ni mo i-count ang 0. So you should count 1 only. So P is equal to pila?
16,344.84.
Negative 4. So this is 16,344.8378. Getting its value in the future, multiply ka that is 21,873.08. Question. Klaro ra? Yes or no? Anyone?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Usay kay magputol-putol imong audio, sir.
Kinsa man to? Wait a minute ha. I'll try to check my internet. Kana, okay ra? Okay ra? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Sige. I closed my tablet. So am I clear with regards to ordinary annuity?
Yes, sir.
Sige. I'll try solving it using the annuity due na equation. So, P is equal to 5,000 multiplied by 1 minus 1.06 to the exponent of negative 4 divided by 0.06, 1.06 to the exponent of pila. Pila imong M?
2, sir.
To. Nganong to man?
Apil ang year 0.
Yes, for annuity due, it should start at the first year. So 1 and 2 minus 1. Okay? That is M minus 1. So P is equal to 16,344.8378. The future value is equal to the same value above. Okay? Gets ra unsay difference sa annuity due and ordinary annuity?
Yes, sir.
Nakuha ra? Okay. I'll proceed with the Econ slide. I'll proceed with the problem kanisya. So if your target lump sum at the end of the 5-year is 29,000, so your F is equal to 29,876.59. Okay? So F is equal to A 1 plus I to the exponent n minus 1 over 0.06 or the interest rate, wherein 29,876.59, diba, is equal to so ang kani siya 0.06 multiplied ako ning i-transpose diha divided by 1.06 to the exponent of 4 payments minus 1. Therefore, my annuity or pila day imong annuity dapat? Anybody? Point 0.06. Pila? Anybody?
$6,829.
Okay, so that is 6,829.53.
53.
So, kung ang imong aim is to get 29,000 at the end of 5 years in 4 series of payments starting at the second year, your amount annually is 6,829. I'll proceed. Perpetuity. So, for perpetuity is an annuity which the cash flows continues forever. So, basically, may difference sa duha, annuity and perpetuity. So, for annuity, ang in duration, agreed period, and ang perpetuity forever. For the future value, makalculate nimo ang annuity, but for perpetuity, wala. Nga naman, you have the same value of annuity per year or amount. For interest, it uses a compounding interest. And for perpetuity, it is using a simple interest computation. Common usability sa niya, financial markets na ang annuity, ang kaning perpetuity usually are pensions. So, dili na siya magamit sa financial markets. For payments, it can be received or made o niya ang perpetuity, cash flow one time, big time. For nature also, it is annuity is not considered a perpetuity, meanwhile perpetuity is not considered as an annuity. So, annuity it is an annuity whose term is infinite. So, ang formula lang T is equal to A over I. Okay? So, be mindful of the perpetuity. So, kung mayroon kag P over I, that is start ka after 1 year. Okay? The year before. The succeeding year, ha? So, mana inyong mga bantayanan kanusaan nag-start ang payment. For example, what is the present value of a 2,000 perpetuity discounted back to the present at an interest rate of 10%? So that is basically P is equal to A over I. You have an present value ang imong ipangita. So ang imong madawat every year is 2,000 divided by 0.10. Therefore, your perpetuity is equal to 20,000.
20,000.
Dollars. Okay, so that basic mo na. Sa'yo na kayo ng perpetuity. So for capitalized cost, so let's proceed. So basically, capitalized cost is a mixture of your annuity and your perpetuity. So first and foremost, you need to get the present worth of the investment that usually lasts forever. So example, mga dam, bridges, kay kana siya mga project ka, it possesses a perpetual life, no? So it has an infinite analysis period. So first off, you should start with getting the present value of all of the cash flows na nabayran, and then this is your annuity equation, di ba? After that one, you need to approach it into infinity, wherein your P is equal to A over I, ang imong kuhaon is the A. O ano mong yearly equivalent na payment for the project. Say for example, you have to determine the capitalized cost of an expenditure. So, first is 200,000 at year 0, 25,000 years 2 through 5, and 40,000 per year from year 6 onwards. So, interest rate is 12%. So, mag-cash flow ta ha. Cash flow sa ko class. This is year 0. This is year 1, 2, 5, and 6. So those are the common years, man. So there is 25,000. There is 40,000. And there is 200,000. Pila ka sets of cash flows? Anybody? Anybody? Tulo? Tato?
Yes, sir.
Oh. So, I'll start off computing using the perpetuity. No? So, in getting the present value of the 40,000 per year, starting at year 6 onwards, that is P is equal to A over I. Okay? Your P is equal to 40,000 divided by 0.12. So, pila imong P? Anybody? That is 333,333.33. Sakto ba ko, dili?
Sakto, sir.
So, kana imong 333,000 at what year na siya? Is it at year 0 or at what specific year? So, kana imong 333,000, that is at diri nga year. Kaya ang formula na to for perpetuity, succeeding year man. So, ang imong nakuha nga value for P is at year 5. Gets? Nakuha ra, wala?
Kuha ra, sir.
Okay. So, getting the P0 or the value of the 333,000 at year 0, that is 333K divided by 1.12 to the exponent of 5. So, PO on the 40,000 is pila? That is 189, 142.29. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, I'll store it on my calculator. Okay? Number 2, let's consider this one. Kanina po. Unsa atong pamaagi? Will we solve it using an annuity or an ordinary annuity? Either way, basta sakto lang na to pag-analyze, no? Okay? Pero, in my terms, I'll solve it using the ordinary annuity. So, basically, that P is equal to A. 1 plus I to the exponent of N minus 1 divided by I, 1 plus I to the exponent N. So, the present value of a 25,000 yearly payments, 1.12 for 4 years minus 1 divided by 0.12 divided by 1.12 to the exponent 4. Pila man? Anybody? Pila? Anyone? That is how much? That is am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is 75,933.73. But the value of your P is at P1. Kaya nga no, 1 year before the start man, di ba? Kay ordinary annuity man siya nga equation. So, in order to get the P0 of this one, that is 75,933.73 divided by 1.12 to the exponent of 1. So, pila imuhang? That is 67, 797.98. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So, adding up all of the P0s you have is 200,000 nga outright nga payment, di ba? Plus the 67,000 plus the 189,000 So, pila ang value sa imong investment? That is 456, 940.26. This is the value of your P. Sakto?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So, proceedingly, ato i-kuan into A over I. So, A or I, A the A is equal to P multiplied by 0.12. So, what is the value of your A? That is 54,832.83. So, what does that mean? Kana imong investment nga 456,940, that would be equivalent to a yearly in perpetuity equivalent to 54,832. Okay? Question? No question? I'll proceed. So, kuan ha. For those who need any clarifications, pangutana mo because I'm very willing to help you understand the topic na. So, kuan. So, what is the capitalized cost of a project that will cost 25 million now and require 2 million maintenance annually? Basic. That is they have 25M, yeah, 2M annually. So, how do we solve this one? P is equal to, let's go for the 2 million, no? Divided by 0.12. What is the present value of a series of 2 million for perpetuity? Pila? That is 16.67 million. Plus the 25 million, di ba? Takto?
Yes.
So that is equivalent, or the total P is equal to 41.67 M. So getting your AP is equal to A over I. Your A is equal to 5 million annually. Question?
Sir,
Question? Wala?
if
Oh.
capitalized cost ang gipangita, A ang isolve,
P.
P.
So this is the P. Mo nang capitalized cost nimo.
So, we still need to find A, sir, or dili mo?
Usually they look for the equivalent annuity per year. Okay? Kay mao to siya, ang assumption man good for capitalized cost is that it has an infinite analysis period. So ang basically CC is the present worth. So that is your P. Mao ni imong P. Mao ni imong capitalized cost. Okay? So I'll give sige, ito man to.
Sa problems nimo, sir, ang P lang amo pangtaon.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Not unless mingon ko nga look for value of A. So, kana siya. So, I'll give you until 2 p.m. for this one, no? Okay? Kindly screenshot. On your interest rate is not 18%. Interest rate is 10%. Okay? So, I'll be discussing first on gradient. Ako na ito ibalik later. So, after manataog annuity, no? So, we are down to the 2 remaining discussions for Module 2. Number 1 is geometric gradient series and arithmetic gradient. So, there are 2 types only of gradients. No? So, number 1 is arithmetic. Suppose that you have a series of n payments uniformly spaced but differing from one another to the next by a certain constant. So the change or gradient from one period to the next is denoted as the letter G. Dako siya. So ang example for arithmetic gradient gani, say for example this one, ang iyang increase is 50 per year. The report is 25 per year. There is decreasing siya as a value at a value of 500 per year. So ang imong G there is negative 500, there is 25. So those are examples of arithmetic gradient. No? So but pasabot, when you look into getting the present value for the both payments, kay mahugmang kag naa kay gradient, napog kay annuity. So the P of A comes from your equation on the present value of an annuity at a certain interest rate at a certain end. Okay? And meanwhile, the formula for the G or only the gradient katong ang increase tag 500, tag 120, example, na is the formula kana. So P of G is equal to G 1 plus I to the exponent n minus I n minus 1 divided by I squared multiplied by 1 plus I to the exponent n. So, ang factor notation nimo for P of G is that the G kanang under the red nga the factors in red is the gradient series present worth factor. Okay? Say for example, you borrow 10,000 from a local bank with the agreement that you will pay back the loan according to a graduated plan. So ang imong first payment is 1,500. What would be the remaining payment look like at a 10% interest for the next 5 years? So those are your given. So I'll proceed to this one. First, magkuha sa kong cash flow ha. Cash flow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Ang imong first payment is 1.5. Sakto dili. Ang imong second payment is 1.5 plus a certain nga gradient. Ang imong third payment is 1.5 plus 2 times na ka sa gradient. And then, this is 1.5 plus 3 times na ka sa gradient. 1.5 plus 4G. Kasabot ra mo sa cash flow? Wala. Anybody? Kasabot ra?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll proceed. So first and foremost, akong P is equal to PA plus PG. Since this is a present value, you already know what is the present value. Ang iyong bayaran is 10,000. Okay? Ana. Let's leave it at that. So PA is equal to na kay 1,500 every year, 1.10 to the exponent of 5 years minus 1 divided by 0.10, 1.10 to the exponent of 5. What is the value of your PA? Or the annuity, kaning 1.5 per minimo, kanang imong 1.5. Pila man na? That is equal to 5,686.18. Sakto? Sakto, class? So,
Yes, sir.
PA is equal to 5,686.18. So, but pasabot ana niya, kani imong 1.5 for the next 5 years, kuha ni mo yung present value, 5,686 na siya. So, meaning, this is 5,686.18 plus P of G. So, your P of G, pila di ay? Total. So, that is 10,000 minus 5,686. Sakto? Sakto ba?
Yes, sir.
Resolve po ka na. 10,000 minus, so PG is equal to 4313.82. So meaning, ang akong P of G is equal to, which is the G ang akong ipangita, 1.10 to the exponent of 5 minus 0.10 times 5 minus 1 divided by, sorry, 0.10 squared, 1.10 to the exponent of 5. What is the value of your gradient given 4313 imong kuan?
628.
Yes, you're correct. 628. So, ang imo din gradient, meaning ano niya, 1.5. Kaning second year, that is 1.5 plus 628. This is 1.5 plus 628 times 2. Any question? Klaro ra? Arithmetic gradient. I'll proceed. Okay? So, for geometric gradient na sad, supposing you have a series of payments still, but ang imong increase per year is at a constant multiple, no? Or the change of gradient is denoted as G. Pasabot. Your increase in value of deposit is at a certain percentage or an interest rate. Example. Na siya. So example 17 o niya 11%, 11% squared, 3 and 4. So ang arithmetic times 2 times 3 times 4, there is a compounding siya. Compounding imuhang payments, okay? So it can be positive, it also can be negative. So example lang na siya. So when your G is not equal to I, this I is the interest rate ha. Interest rate na siya sa bangko, there is the interest rate on the deposit or imuha. Okay? So payroll totals to 250,000 per year at year 1. O niya, ang expected growth rate nimo is 5% per year until the year 5. So find the value of P at I is equal to 12%. Ang imong given, mauna. Okay, so mauna ang imong formula to use when your G is not equal to I. Okay, so I'll make a cash flow lang sa. So actually, the cash flow is for me to present clearly ba. Subot pasabot, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, pwede dyan ka mag-solve, no? Tagsa-tagsaon ni mo, no? This is 250. This is 250, 1.05, 250, 1.05 to the exponent 2. This is to the exponent 3, and this is to the exponent 4. Okay? Getting the present value ana niya tanan using ang imong interest is 12%. Okay, pwede na nimo compute using manually, no, nga mag-solve ka each and everything or each of the 5 cash flows using the compounding interest o niya makuha ra gyapon nimong answer, but to shorten the burden naagid kay 1. So P of G is equal to 250,000 ang first payment. Kaniha equation 1 minus 1.05, which is the gradient is 1.05. The interest rate is 12% for 5 years divided by 0.12 minus 0.05. Okay? What is the present value of all of the payments? Anybody? Pila? That is 985, 012.74. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is the solution. So, pwede na nimo tagsa-tagsaon ha. Pwede na nimo tagsa-tagsaon. Okay? But to shorten the time for you in solving, mo ni siya ang formula. Especially if G is not equal to I. Okay? So, what happens when your G is equal to I? So, say for example, ang imong gross sa imuhang kanang payroll is 12%, ang imong interest is 12%. So, the equation is different na. Nga naman. So, I'll be giving also you a cash flow. So, cash flow yapon, this is 250, this is 250 times 1.12. Pero kung imong kuhaon ang value niya ani, imo ni siyang 250, 1.12 to the exponent 1 divided by 1.12 to the exponent 2. Mao ni siya nga rason nga nung 1 plus I sa ubos kay this is cancel 1. Okay? So, all throughout, inana siya. So, meaning, you have, and the result is 250, 1.12 to the exponent 2, niya, and divisor niya 3 sad. But pasabot, you have your P of G is equal to 5 series of payments at 250,000 divided by 1.12. Pila ang value? Anybody? This is 1,116,071.43. So unlike magod sa arithmetic na kay P of A o P of G, but for geometric, P of G nakadritso apil na tanan. Okay? That's because your gradient or the gradient value nimo starts at the first year. And your multiplier is at a certain percentage or an interest rate. So that are the formula. So this I'll present the Can you see my PowerPoint? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So using a 10% interest rate, what is your answer? You have until 2 p.m. Was everyone able to copy the activity? Ako repost ni siya as an assignment sa Canvas ha. Okay? Question. Nakakopy na tanan?
Asa ni ibutang?
Akong magbutang ko sa Canvas o murag quiz karon after this one dayon. You get
Paper
to
kasi.
Ha?
Paper
Palang.
lang ni.
There are 2 questions. So one question is what is the answer and the second question is submit a PDF copy lang sa inyong solution. Any paper will do. Okay?
Sir.
Kanya kani nga plus points is will be added up to your sets of activities no. So for example, if your quiz number 1 is 20 over 30, kung sakto ka ano, you'll get 25 out of 30. Okay? Ako ra siya i-consume. This is considered as plus points. This will not form part of your grade, but this will be a plus points on your quizzes. Okay? I'll stop the recording. Presenting.
Sir, pwede mawala sa graph mawala sa solution ng graph?
What do you mean?
Like, dili na ibutang ang graph sa solution, sir.
Okay ra. Just give me the solution on how were you able katong gyud sa ninyo pag-solve. You mean ang cash flow? Imong pasabot?
Yes, sir.
Pwede ra. As long as I'm able to understand